Most people over 60 are doing exactly what they were told to do. They're taking the pills. They're avoiding dangerous movement. They're being careful, quiet, cautious. And yet, year after year, they feel worse. More tired. More forgetful. More stiff. More dependent. Here's the uncomfortable truth no one likes to say out loud. If aging alone caused disease, then everyone over 60 would be sick. But they're not. Some people in their 70s and 80s are sharp, steady, calm, and energized, while others feel like their body is slowly shutting down. So the real question isn't how old you are. It's what signals your body is getting every day. Because your body is always listening. And right now, many well-meaning habits are quietly sending the wrong message. What if I told you there's one small daily habit, so simple most people ignore it, that helps your brain, your blood vessels, your immune system, and even your mood work better over time? Not a pill. Not a workout plan. Not a miracle cure. Just a signal your body recognizes instantly. Stay with me, because the last habit is the one doctors rarely explain, but your body desperately needs. Let's clear something up right now. Aging does not automatically mean decline. That's a story we've been told so often, we stop questioning it. Slower. Weaker. Foggy. Dependent. As if your body hits a certain birthday and just gives up. But biology doesn't work that way. Your body doesn't run on age, it runs on input. What you eat. How you move. How you breathe. How do you rest? And here's the part most people never hear. The body still responds after 60. It still adapts. It still repairs. It still listens. What changes with age isn't your ability to heal. It's the signals your body is getting every single day. Fear sends one signal. Control sends another. When you live in constant caution, don't strain, don't risk, don't try, your body hears retreat confirmation. But when you introduce small, consistent habits, your biology hears something very different. It hears stability. Safety. Expectation. And that's when powerful systems quietly turn back on, circulation improves, inflammation calms down, the brain becomes more alert, the immune system sharpens its aim. This is why small habits matter more than dramatic changes. Because the body doesn't need force. It needs repetition. Your body didn't forget how to heal. It just hasn't been given the right signals. And once you start sending those signals daily, something interesting happens, your energy shifts, your confidence returns, and aging stops feeling like a downhill slide, and starts feeling like something you still have a say in. Now let's talk about the first habit, the one most people skip every single morning, and quietly pay for all day long. The first habit starts before breakfast. Before coffee. Before the news. Before your body has even decided how it's going to feel that day. Mornings matter more than most people realize, because they set the biological tone for the next 16 hours. While you sleep, your body loses water through breathing and sweating. Your blood becomes thicker. Your brain is slightly dehydrated. Your joints are less lubricated. So when you wake up and don't reset that balance, your body starts the day behind, digestion slows, circulation works harder, and mental clarity takes longer to come online. That's why so many people over 60 wake up stiff, foggy, or drained before the day even begins. It's not aging. It's a system that hasn't been rebooted yet. The morning reset is simple, but powerful. Before anything else, give your body what it's been missing for hours. When you do, something subtle but important happens. Blood flows more easily. Oxygen reaches the brain faster. Your heart works with less strain instead of pushing against resistance. Over time, this small daily reset supports clearer thinking, better circulation, and more stable energy throughout the day. Not instantly. But quietly. Consistently. I'll tell you about someone I heard from recently, no name, no details. They didn't change their diet. They didn't add exercise. They didn't start supplements. They just changed how they started their mornings. Within a few weeks, they noticed fewer headaches, less morning stiffness. And something they didn't expect, they felt calmer, like their body wasn't rushing to catch up anymore. That's the long-term impact most people miss. This habit doesn't hype your system. It stabilizes it. And once your mornings stop working against you, everything else becomes easier. Don't overthink this. Just notice how you feel tomorrow. Because the next habit builds on this one, and it's where the body really starts to wake up. There's a lie many people over 60 have been carrying for years. That movement is dangerous. That exercise wears out old joints. That resting is safer than moving. It sounds logical, but it's backwards. Your joints don't break down because you use them. They break down because they stop being fed. Movement is how joints get nourishment. It's how blood flows. It's how oxygen reaches tissues. It's how inflammation gets cleared instead of stored. When you move gently but intentionally, your muscles act like pumps, pushing blood through stiff areas, delivering nutrients, and carrying away waste that causes pain and swelling. This isn't about pushing harder. It's about moving smarter. Even a steady walk, done daily, tells your body something powerful. We're still in use. That message does more than protect your joints. It wakes up your brain. As your heart rate rises slightly, oxygen delivery increases. Your brain becomes more alert. Connections strengthen. Focus sharpens. And this is where memory quietly improves, without puzzles. Because memory doesn't improve from thinking harder. It improves with better blood flow. Over time, consistent movement reduces inflammation, improves balance, and lowers the risk of falls, one of the biggest threats to independence later in life. But there's something deeper happening, too. Movement restores confidence. Every step you take without pain. Every day you choose to move. It sends a message that you're still capable. That dignity matters. That independence matters. And once the body remembers how good movement feels, it starts asking for more, not in pain, but in strength. You don't need a gym. You don't need equipment. You don't need to be fast. You just need to move enough to remind your body it still belongs to you. And in the next habit, we'll talk about something even more powerful, because movement helps the body, but this next one tells the nervous system it's finally safe to hear. There's something most people never connect to their health. And yet it multiplies nearly every disease we fear. Stress. Not the loud, obvious kind. The quiet kind that lives in the background. The constant worrying. The rushing. The feeling that something always needs to be fixed. When the body lives in that state, it stays in what's called fight or flight. That's the mode designed for emergencies, not for healing. In fight or flight, blood is pulled away from digestion. Inflammation rises. Blood pressure climbs. The immune system weakens. And here's the key part. The body cannot repair itself while it feels rushed. Healing doesn't happen when the body feels rushed. Repair only happens in the opposite state, the calm, rest and restore mode. And the fastest way to enter that state isn't medication. It's your breath. Most people breathe shallow and fast without realizing it. That tells the nervous system, stay alert. Something's wrong. But when you slow your breathing, deep into the belly, gentle and steady, your body gets a very different message. You're safe. Here's the practice. It takes less than 5 minutes. Sit comfortably. Breathe in slowly through your nose. Let your belly expand. Then breathe out even slower through your mouth. Make the exhale longer than the inhale. That's it. Each slow exhale lowers stress hormones, relaxes blood vessels, and allows inflammation to soften instead of build. And something beautiful happens in that quiet moment. Your shoulders drop. Your jaw unclenches. Your thoughts stop racing. Many people say this is the first time all day their body feels like it can finally rest. This habit doesn't just calm the mind. It protects the heart. Supports memory. Strengthens immunity. And when done daily, it teaches your nervous system a new baseline, one where healing becomes possible again. Because the body heals best when it feels safe. And in the next habit, we'll gently wake the body back up, using a signal that builds resilience instead of stress. Modern life taught us something dangerous. That comfort equals safety. Warm rooms. Soft chairs. Hot showers. Never being challenged. But the human body wasn't built for constant comfort. It was built to adapt. When the body experiences a small, temporary challenge, not danger, not pain, it responds by getting stronger. This is how muscles grow. How circulation improves. How resilience is rebuilt. And here's the important part. The stress must be gentle. Not punishment. Not suffering. Just enough to wake the system up. A brief cool rinse at the end of a shower. A moment of cool water on the face or hands. Something that makes you inhale sharply, then smile. This kind of short discomfort tells your body, we can handle this. Blood vessels respond by becoming more flexible. Inflammation drops. Energy rises. And the mood boost surprises people the most. That alert, clear feeling afterward? That's your nervous system rebalancing itself. This isn't punishment. It's communication. You're telling your body. Stay sharp. Stay adaptable. Stay alive. And the best part? You start small. 10 seconds. That's it. No intimidation. No forcing. Because vitality doesn't come from being hard on the body. It comes from reminding it how capable it still is. And now, we move to a habit that gives you something most people think they've lost with age: control. Most people think breathing is automatic. So they never think about it again. But your breath is more than air. It's a remote control for your body. Heart rate. Blood pressure. Digestion. Sleep. Memory. All respond to how you breathe. Short, shallow breaths keep the body tense. Slow, deep breaths tell the body to let go. Here's the rhythm, simple and powerful. Breathe in through your nose. Slow. Gentle. Then breathe out even slower. That's the secret. The longest exhale is the loudest signal of safety. When the exhale is long, the nervous system relaxes. Blood vessels open. Digestion improves. The brain clears. People notice they fall asleep faster. Their blood pressure settles. Their thoughts stop looping. But something deeper happens, too. Breathing this way reconnects you to your body. Instead of fighting it, you're listening to it. That reconnection builds trust, and trust is essential for healing. 5 minutes a day is enough. Morning. Evening. Anywhere. Because control doesn't come from doing more. It comes from regulating what already exists. And now we reach the final habit, the one that determines whether all the others actually work. The human body loves rhythm. Not strict schedules. Not rigid rules. But predictability. Going to bed around the same time. Waking up around the same time. Letting the body know what comes next. This daily rhythm is what allows deep repair to happen. When sleep is consistent, the brain cleans itself. Hormones rebalance. Inflammation lowers. When sleep is chaotic, repair never fully finishes. And here's the hard truth. Without this habit, the body never fully repairs. That's why irregular sleep is linked to memory decline, heart problems, and weaker immunity. But this doesn't mean pressure. It means choosing a rhythm that feels realistic. And honoring it gently. Same bedtime most nights. Same wake-up time most mornings. That's it. Once the body trusts the rhythm, it starts doing the work for you. And when sleep becomes steady, everything else gets easier: movement, breathing, energy, mood. This habit doesn't look powerful. But it unlocks all the others. If you've stayed with me this long, you're not passive about your life. You're paying attention. And that matters. Aging doesn't take away choice. It clarifies it. You don't need to do all 6 habits perfectly. You don't need to start everything today. Start with 1. Momentum beats perfection every time. These habits aren't about chasing youth. They're about honoring the body you still live in. Your body isn't broken. It's responding to signals. And every small habit you choose sends a better one. So choose one. Give it a week. Let your body answer. Because you don't need to turn back time. You just need to work with your body instead of against it.